Have you been with the pressure in your first month as a professional player? Pasquito, I'm from Italy. If you want the number 22 of the national basketball team is free.
The pressure has been something I've embraced, I think. It wasn't anything that I felt was, any different than college. Obviously, it's like a new chapter of your life and you're starting fresh and everybody wants you to kind of prove something. And I think that's something that's going to take time for myself. I think I've grown a lot over the course of these first, whatever, this is game 16 this is game 17, I believe. So I think just the growth that I've had from game 1 to now has been, immense. And honestly, a lot of that has been without many practices. So just, finding positives in that, giving yourself grace, but also just, how much our team has also grown. So yeah, I have Italian heritage, but I don't know about all that. So I appreciate it though.
Okay, we got first row on the left there, all the way on. There you go.
Hi, Caitlin. It's Noel from 929 The Game. Your assist is starting to improve. You had a double-double the other night. What are you starting to see on the court?
Yeah, I think our offense is just flowing a little bit better overall. I think you can tell the ball isn't sticking as much. At times we would just play to one side and then kind of take a shot out of that or create one-on-one. I think our defense has gotten a lot better too. I think that can help, especially in transition, especially at the start of the last home game we played versus the Mystics. Like a lot of those assists I had were early in transition with Aaliyah. So that's the hardest time for the defense to get set. That's really when I want to go. So I think it starts on defense for us and that leads to really good offense. But I think overall just our comfortability of playing with one another. The ball's just moving a little bit crisper. And I think that's going to continue to improve too.
Got third row on the left.
Caitlin, hey, Dan Walken, USA Today. You've played in front of huge crowds for many years now, but when you come to a new city, a place like this, they're not playing in this arena regularly. Is there any sort of impulse still to, come in and put on a show, or have you kind of moved past that at this point?
That's not really like how I view it. I mean, like, I hope we can do that every night. I hope I can do that every night because there's a lot of people that come to these games and have spent a lot of time and money and resources to get here. And you always want to, give a great product for them and the fans that, have spent time to come, whether it's their parents bringing young kids or whoever it is that is coming to watch us. So you always want to do that. I don't feel like it's, a pressure I put on myself to like perform every single night. Obviously that's what I would love, but it's basketball. It doesn't go that way every time. So, but it's fun, like getting to come to these new arenas. A lot of places I haven't played before. I haven't even been to the city of Atlanta, obviously just flown through here quite a few times. So this is my first time here. The environment just seems really good. A great basketball arena. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. And it's hard for us to get tickets too. So we feel the same, We'll
go back far left corner there on the wall.
Hey, Caitlin, Rashad Milligan rolling out here. I wanted to ask you, 16 games in, as you mentioned, basketball-wise, what has been your favorite part of the W?
That's a good question. I mean, I think just getting to play, like this has like been my dream ever since I was a young kid. And now I get to live out that every single night. Like you kind of pinch yourself, like this is my job. Like I'm a professional athlete. Like that's pretty incredible in itself. So I think just the fact that I get to do this every single night, like I never take that for granted. And certainly there's been ups and downs through the early part of my career, as, every rookie goes through, as every, player does. Like that's just how it goes. And but I think, every single night it's another opportunity to enjoy this crowd, enjoy the environment, have a lot of fun playing basketball because there's so many people that would want to be in my shoes or be in our team's shoes. And for me, like that's what's so cool about it.
Got time for two more. I think we got one on Zoom. Rowie Hader. Rowie, you want to go ahead?
Sure. Hi. Hi, Caitlin. I was curious because I was looking at some of your stats and I noticed that you're taking, at least in the last few games, like not as many shots overall, and of those shots, more of them have been from behind the 3-point line. I'm curious how much that's been an active thing that you've been working on and sort of adjusting to, taking the shots that, come most naturally to you.
Yeah, I think it's not something that was really ever talked about. I think just the flow of the game, I've gotten a better feel for the game over the course of the, maybe the last 10 games. Obviously, when you first get in the league and just tossed on the court with your new teammates, it's kind of hard to feel things out, and they're trying to feel me out, and we're trying to learn how to play with one another. And I think just our flow on offense has gotten a lot better. And like you saw, like I think last game I took 12 shots. AB took 11, Kelsey Mitchell took 11. So it was like very balanced overall. I think Liz took 8. Edub took 9. So like when you have that balance, it's a really hard matchup for the other team. And I think especially because we're making shots at a very efficient rate too. Like we're not just chucking them up there and missing. Like we had been making shots at an efficient rate. So I think it's just finding the great shots, pass up a good shot for a great shot. I think I've been able to get my feet in the paint a little bit more and finish around the rim a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's just having that balance is going to be the best thing for myself and the best thing for this team.
Last one, first row on the left.
Hey, Caitlin, Raphael from the 3-point conversion. You talked about you've been having fun. It's been enjoyable. But have you had that welcome to the WNBA moment? And if so, can you elaborate on it?
Honestly, like I've been popped on a couple screens. I actually ruptured my eardrum when we were in New York on a tough screen. So if I had to pick one right now, it'd probably be that. But like great screens, I just didn't hear them. So it's kind of my own fault. But yeah, I'd probably pick those.
Just wanted to ask you about Aaliyah Boston. She's been playing so well over the last, whoa, that is loud. Hi. She's been playing so well over the last couple of games. What's been your thoughts from your lens on her?
Yeah. We started the season, she was going up against the top post players in the league, right? With the teams that we were playing early, just wasn't able to get confidence. And then Aaliyah is, her worst critic. I mean, she is so hard on herself. And so really just kept talking to her about finding ways to build confidence. And so I think, she had, when we went to Connecticut, I left her in the game, told her I wasn't going to take her out. She needed to, find some confidence. And she's been, from that point, I mean, she's just been outstanding on that low block for us.
Coach Emmanuel Glaze, the Crush Sports Talk. Outside of Aaliyah and Caitlin, what would you say has been the biggest players during this streak that y'all have had so far?
Gosh, Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, Kelsey Mitchell has been so consistent. She's just a dynamic guard, one of the best in the league. Her shooting percentage, she's shooting the ball extremely well. She gets downhill so fast, which collapses the defense and creates wide open looks for other people. So I would say Kelsey Mitchell, Nalissa Smith has been big for us. Katie Lou Samuelson has come off the bench hitting, shot the ball well from behind the 3. It's just been collective. I think, just getting home off that road, getting rest, getting our legs under us, it's, contributed to us having a higher shooting percentage.
Yeah, just Ryan Howard is out tonight. She was a big part of Atlanta's comeback when you guys played last week. Just how significant is it that she's out for the Dream tonight? Yeah,
I hate it for Ryan. I'm hoping she's going to be okay sooner than later. Yes, I mean, she's a generational talent for, I was able to be part of the staff that drafted her and coached her for a year, and she's so talented. So it's, that's a huge loss for them, but they've got great players that'll step up in her place.
I think I won on Zoom. Andy Lipton. Andy, you want to go ahead?
Sure, thank you. Hi, Coach. Andy Lipton with Womb Hoops Guru and Leading the Break. Hey, when it comes to analytics and statistics, do you get a standard analytics and statistical package for each opponent? Does the analytics team make recommendations on how to play offensively and defensively? And how do you filter out all the information you get so you don't overload the players?
I'm gonna figure this one out. I really couldn't understand, but I think analytics and how we use them. We were able to hire a guy full time this year on our staff who is an analytics guy for us. The league puts out a lot of good information, but Billy's able to take that and create all these other engines to help us, just analyze the game differently. It's a huge tool. I mean, it is a huge tool for the players. You can break things down. Second Spectrum gives us an opportunity to break things down, to how many dribbles someone takes from some part of the floor. I mean, it's incredible. And you can use that to help players understand, where they're playing, where they're doing things well, where they need to work for the team as well. I mean, it's just so much information, great information that can be used from the analytics.
Does the
Far
analytics?
left.
Can I follow up, Brian?
Andy, we got to go another one in the room.
Coach, at this point in the season, how do you feel? I mean, you have the expectations at the beginning of each season, but at this point, how do you feel like your team is progression, where y'all at? And how, I mean, obviously coming on the winning streak right now, but what do you feel about this team at this point as far as what your goals were?
Yeah. We started this when I took the job last year. I was really proud of the foundation that we laid. and with the players that we had. And then, you add the new players, the new dynamics, and you almost start again over with what you have with the new dynamics. But, it was a struggle that first part of the season with those games playing against the Connecticut's and the New Yorks. And, that's who we're striving to be. That's who we want to be. We want the sustained success. So that's who we become. And we have the talent to do it. It's just very young and inexperienced, and you can't teach that. And so when we started this season, we were playing every other day. We were not able to practice. When we got home and could take a breath and get some practice time, the statistics and on the offensive side of the ball for us, it just keeps getting better. All I ask these guys is to show up and let's find something to get better at daily. Defense, we knew that was going to be a challenge. We're finding ways to get better in different areas of, as it relates to that end of the floor. So the rest and the practice time has been huge and being home. But it was a rough go at the beginning, trying to keep their confidence.